Taking a trip back in time, the Cold War was a time of political tension between the US and the Soviet Union. The Red Scare in particular, however, which happened between 1919 and 1920, mainly was a time where Americans were so afraid of another aligning with communist ideals, many were prosecuted, blacklisted, or even put in jail for something they may or may not have been a part of.
Lillian Hellman, who was born in 1905 and died in 1984, was one of the many people from Hollywood that was blacklisted due to accusations of aligning with communist ideals. This had many reasonings, however, a large part was due to relations with American writer Dashiell Hammett. For Hellman herself, she was a dignified playwright who over the course of her life made over 13 plays, and each and every one of them were a hit to the public. Some of these include her most famous one and her first one, The Children's Hour, and others such as The Little Foxes. She grew up in New Orleans, where she was surrounded by her eccentric family members that influenced her behaviors and actions growing up. This later played a role in how and why there was accusations made against her.
The real question was, why was this such a big deal? Well, a lot of Hollywood stars and actors, actresses, directors were in fear of being prosecuted due to if any of their media or anything like that would show any sort of communist idea or even a joke, it would reflect badly and ending up with them being blacklisted or even worse, in jail.
There was many reasons why Hellman was blacklisted with her outspoken leftist political ideals. However, one major event in particular occurred in 1952. HUSC, House Un-American Activities Committee, had called upon her to testify over regards of claims she attended a Communist Party meeting in 1937 where she had sent a letter previously basically assuring that she could answer some things about herself. However, will refrain from talking about others, or she'd be forcing herself to plead to the Fifth due to her lawyer's advice. This was refused by HUAC, so when showing up to testify, she followed through and pled the Fifth when they disregarded what she had said. But it all really came down to one person. Dashiell Hammett played a huge role in the blacklisting that occurred to Hellman. Due to the nature of their intimate friendship, it came to light of Hammett's also so accused communist relationships. Hellman, however, really played down on herself as much as she was loved yet hated by the public. She was a Stalin apologist, as many others were during this time, which also brought to light some of her actions, but overall she was one of the most successful Hollywood women of her time.
When it really comes down to it though, she was kind of a good woman. Kind of a legend for her time, you know. She fought injustices before, during, and after the Cold War, such as injustices just in the community as a whole that needed to be spoke out about. She was well respected from fellow Hollywood stars and the people. She was an activist, playwright, and memorist. And let's think about it. She overcame huge hurdles of her time, especially during the Red Scare. Like, not everyone was able to get out of that unscathed. So let's just remember her. She was honestly an icon. So let's just remember that.